Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review On the Count of Three, and this new, very dark comedy from star and director Jerrod Carmichael, who, you've definitely seen Jerrod Carmichael in things. I've seen him pop up, I'm looking at his IMDb, he was the security guard in mid-90s, he was in, Neighbors. He was in Neighbors and different kinds of stuff like that. And him, along with Christopher Abbott, play Val and Kevin, two brothers, who create these two really close, basically brother best friends, create a suicide pact. And Val is suicidal, and Kevin is in an asylum after just attempting to commit suicide. And at the very, very beginning of the film, they're about to shoot each other when Kevin stops him and decides, hey, can we have one last day? And Val goes along with it, and basically what ensues is their very darkly comedic last day on Earth and trying to figure out what do you do with that last day. This is a very dark, dark story, obviously, and from Ari Katcher and Ryan Welsh, who wrote this film. And I think Carmichael, for the most part, does a great job of balancing this horrible tightrope of finding the darkly funny humor in all of this, and still telling a very poignant and meaningful story about suicide and mental health. And, things go crazy. They have specific things that they want to do, and I feel like Kevin especially is really on the edge, and he's blasting Last Resort by Papa Roach or some Metallica, and those moments feel raw and powerful, and you could feel the music and how it's incorporated into the film. But he has these vendettas, and there's this one particular therapist, Dr. Brenner, played by Henry Winkler, who had this really traumatic influence on his life, and him trying to leverage that and trying to do something about it, which is really unnerving and uncomfortable, and where this takes him and what's he gonna do? Because it's if you're gonna kill yourself, you don't really have anything to lose, and this series confronts that idea, and how far will you go to seek revenge or get closure if you're gonna die? And you have moments where Val confronts his dad, played by JB Smoove, or his ex-lover, Natasha, played by Tiffany Haddish, and throw in Lavell Crawford, who plays Donnie, who's another character who gets thrown into the mix as well. And you have a really impressive supporting cast to go along with the incredible performances from Carmichael and Abbott. I feel like especially Abbott, he goes places, and he's just magnetic to watch in this series, in this film. And the performances are top-notch. The humor is legitimately funny. And the series still finds a way to just be this sledgehammer of an impactful, just bam, and really get you. And I felt very emotional watching this film, especially as this comes to a head. The climax of this film is really powerful and really hard to watch. And it's exciting, it's thrilling, and it puts you into a place where it's just how's this gonna stick the landing? And somehow it does, and it really shows the horrible experiences that many people have to deal with when they have these mental health issues, dealing with these suicidal ideations, and where this will push people if they're put in the right positions. And this film has a lot to say. It'll make you laugh, it'll put you on edge and thrill you, and there's just great performances to take in, and I can't wait to see other things that Jerrod Carmichael does, because he really sold it with this one. Definitely would recommend, not for everybody, I think this is going to be a little much for a lot of people, but I still think this is a pretty impressive film. But those are my thoughts on the count of three. Let me know what you think. Let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.